Hey guys, Mark Farash with Protect Dog Training. I'm just going to walk around. This is at arm length, so it's a little bit close. But I just filmed a little video with Buddy. It's probably a little bit jumbled. I mentioned that I've having problems with my camera, so now it's just the phone. So things are going to be a little jumbled as I do this. I'm going to walk around property right now, just talk to you a little bit. But I was just mentioning and talking about working Buddy, and I mentioned adding in corrections. It's a balance, okay? I don't use all corrections, but it depends on the dog. And Buddy's a very hard-headed little turd. He needs to learn to respect that there is going to be a consequence if he doesn't mind and bring himself down to a proper level. And that's about conditioning, it's about consistency and your patterns and all that. But what I did mention was that we have a bunch of pieces of a puzzle that we're bringing together. There's a lot of little different behaviors, and I'll start asking more of the animal. That's where correction comes in. I'm starting to add more to his repertoire because he's mature enough. He's now about 6 months of age, and he's able to handle these corrections. And if you don't nip this little turd in the butt right away when he's young, you're going to have a problem. And it depends on the dog. Every dog is different, okay? I don't do this with every dog. I let my gut tell me, and my instincts with experience and time that I've been doing this tell me when it's time to start implementing some corrections and expecting more out of the animal. When his maturity reaches a level that he can do this, you'll get to there. And I probe with little things, that I start touching on little things to test. Most of this happens unconsciously with me. I don't think of it intellectually in the front of my mind. It's instincts, it's my gut feeling in the back of my mind that tells me when I'm reaching the right answer, okay? When I find something that I tweak a little bit and I said, this is going to work. Example of that, right now, Buddy has been doing a heel where I have my hand right up above his nose. Right? My food is in my hand, and I'm saying opiate to condition a command into that opiate, which means pull your head up and look at me. And he's been having the hand there as a crutch constantly. The food's right there in his hand. He has to wait until I say yes, and I drop that food right in his mouth out of my hand. So he's had that constantly. So there's going to be a time, and that's where we're reaching right now, we got to graduate that away from him. And we start taking the hand away and keeping it out of sight or keeping it away from him, and then saying yes and bringing the hand to that same nose position right when I mark the behavior that I'm after. And I'm looking for that nice little prance where his head's at and his posture in the work, and that focused heel. We've talked about that before. I like to see a focused heel. It looks good. Do I compete? No. I'm not probably going to get out there 20, 30 minutes on the field, but we do reach for that. I mean, you'll see Joker work. I've done a lot of things with Joker, my Malinois, where he's at the end of his training period, and he's about 3 years of age. And I'm now accenting a lot of fancy stuff. I'm putting in weaving between my legs and backing up real quick to my side. A bunch of little things that look real good in a demo. It makes the dog look real good. It shows more proficiency out of my training skills. And honestly, it's a lot of fun. And so I enjoy that. Me as a person, I've talked about it before, I don't like myself to compete. I don't like to follow a book of rules. And I don't like being judged and all that stuff that comes with competition. There's a lot of people that do, and they're after that time on the podium, and they want to win that award. And there's people that deserve it. I mean, I've got one individual that I know of that's going through IGP that's starting to climb the ladder, and this guy has worked really hard to overcome a lack of skill, a lack of ability, because he was just a beginner. And when I first met the man, he didn't even know how to communicate with his dog properly. And now I admire the hell out of this guy because he's out there working his tail off. He's putting in the daily work. He's putting in his energy into the sport and getting into it with his animal, and it's starting to pay fruit. He's starting to work his way up the ladder. He's just got a high score in a club trial, and he's now going to be going to the nationals, I do believe. I don't know, but he's working his way up the ladder, and he's showing what it's all about, to put the hard work in to your animal, and I admire that. So I won't mention any names, but I think if you watch this, the gentleman hears me say this, he'll know who I'm talking about. And I really admire and respect this because the kid has put a lot of work into learning and growing and developing his skill with his animal, and that's admirable because it's a whole nother lifestyle when you get into sport. It really is. It's something that I don't like to do, and I probably could, but I may never be good at it, you know? It takes a certain type of acceptance of what that world means to you when you got to get out and compete. I may get involved with that in PSA. PSA is growing in our area. You saw that I was at a PSA decoy seminar. It was put on by LA PSA a few weeks ago, and a week or so ago before the holidays. And that's a lot of fun, and it's growing really a lot. And I'm probably going to build Buddy towards that. That sport, and Buddy's the Dutch Shepherd that we just did a film on. So there's a lot of little things. I don't want to keep rambling because I'll start going over all kinds of things. But so keep in mind, right now with Buddy, we're starting to put the pieces of the puzzle together to get him to the next level in his growth as far as what he's doing. And he's a young dog. He's only 6 months old. He's only a puppy, so there's a lot of work we need to do. There's a lot of weak spots in Buddy. Buddy is a little bit more sharp shy. He may not be that good of a sport dog, but he's going to be a hell of a personal protection dog. And I'm pulling together his ability to work better as we go along. It's a long haul. You're talking a puppy all the way to about 2.5, 3 years of age, and then you get a turnout that you get like with Joker that works really well. And then Joker's got his. There's always spots that you can develop and do better with. So I'll let you guys go. I hope you had a good holiday season. And there's going to be more of these films that come at you that are just a jumbled kind of a mess because all I have is my phone right now. So until I get the camera situation worked out, I can't do a proper video that has a little bit more solid baseboard with a video and the sound and all that good stuff. But I'll keep plugging, and we'll be in touch. I thank you much. Mark Frasher with ProTech Dog Training. Bye-bye.